Alright, so in this video, I'll be showing you how to factor a difference of squares. A difference of squares follows the very basic general formula: a squared subtract b squared equals a plus b times a subtract b. Very big emphasis on the subtract. A difference of squares does not work if it's a squared plus b squared. It only works if it's a squared subtract b squared. So let's have a look at some basic examples. In example number 1, we have x squared subtract 36. If we use our general difference of squares formula, we know that a squared subtract b squared is equal to a plus b times a subtract b. So we know that x squared is equal to a squared. And to solve for a, we can take the square root of a squared, or in this case, x squared. So a is equal to the square root of x squared, which is equal to x. For our second term, which is b squared, it's equal to 36. So to solve for b, we can take the square root of b squared, which in this case is 36. So b is equal to the square root of 36, which is equal to 6. If we sub these values into the second part of our formula, we find that the factored form of x squared subtract 36 is equal to x plus 6 times x subtract 6. Having a look at example 2, we can see that our first term is 4x squared subtract 81. So we know that a squared is equal to 4x squared. So to solve for a, we take the square root of 4x squared, which is equal to 2x. And to solve for b, we take the square root of 81, which is equal to 9. We put it in the second part of our formula. We'll see that 2x plus 9 times 2x subtract 9 is equal to 4x squared subtract 81. Moving on to example 3, we have a bit more of a difficult example. In this case, we have a common factor, which is 9x. So if we factor out 9x first, we can see that we get 9x times x squared subtract 9. Now having a look at it again, there's a very apparent difference of squares factoring going on in the second part of the equation. We can say that x squared is a and 9 is b. So to solve for a, we take the square root of x squared, which is equal to x, and to solve for b, we take the square root of 9, which is equal to 3. Subbing it back into the second part of our equation, we can see that the factored form for 9x cubed subtract 81 times x is 9x, bring our coefficient back down, times x plus 3 times x subtract 3. So now I've got 3 practice problems that you guys can work on at home, and I'll put the solution of these practice problems in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.